Claire took the call and she went, oh my God, so-and-so's on the phone and they want recruitment. I was like, what? So anyway, because you know when you get that booking that you've been after for ages. So they said, right, okay, I've been told by, is it BNI? Is it some slimming group? BNI? Body mass index? I said, yes, it's BNI. It's BNI.
So you probably think, why are we all happy and smiley? We come here to grow our businesses, and we wanted to get the experience of two members who've benefited from BNI. So very simply, I'm just going to ask both of them. I don't need to ask them twice, they know, about a referral that's been good, that they've been received, and it's turned into a substantial amount of business. So Mike, if I can ask you that question first, please, if you can expand on one in particular, that'd be great.
Yeah, so probably the best referral we had was one that we received from Green Club. So Green Club is where all the top members from the region all go and join up. Is it every couple of months, is it once a month?
Yeah, every couple of months, yeah.
Okay, so when I was there, I landed one of the biggest jobs, the biggest job of this year. So it was for a big apartment block that we'd done up in Frodsham. They'd had previous issues with previous contractors. Now this job was worth £22,500 to us. It was 3 weeks work for all our lads as well, which was, fantastic. And that's the sort of thing that you need, isn't it? Especially when you have lads working for you and stuff like that. People who are going to pass you big jobs, and there's a lot of extra work that we're going to get out of this. So we've already been asked to price up for the next block, which we're going to be completing next year as well. And that's all through the BNI. So
brilliant. Thank you very much for that. For those of you that don't know, Green Club is where we've got a monitoring system. We call it the traffic light. Don't worry too much about it if you're here for the first time. But those people who put more into BNI rise up through the traffic lights and get invited to go to Green Club, where they mix with the top networkers in our region. So it's a real privilege, and I'm glad you got something out of that, Mike, as well. So Joe, for you, how long have you been a member, BNI?
13.
13 years, great. So would you like to expand on a particular referral and what it's meant for you?
Yeah, so I've had loads, but the one that stands out is we were asking every week for about 2 months to be introduced to a business locally to us on the Wirral that had 400 staff, and they used recruiters, but they didn't know us and they weren't using us as their agency. But I know they spent about 100 grand a year on recruitment. And so I asked. And one Friday at 11 o'clock, the call came in from that person who said, and one of my team took the call, Claire took the call, and she went, oh my God, so-and-so's on the phone and they want recruitment. I was like, what? So anyway, because you know when you get that booking that you've been after for ages. So they said, right, okay, I've been told by, is it BNI? Is it some slimming group? BNI? Body mass index? I said, yes, it's BNI. It's BNI. It's Business Network. And she said, about 7 or 8 different people have rung me to tell me that I've got to ring you about recruitment and why aren't you using Joe? So she said, here's your time to shine, because we had a PA to start on Monday for the chief exec. 6-month contract to cover maternity leave. And the agency had let us down. The agency didn't let them down. The person wasn't starting, but the agency couldn't replace quick enough with an hour's notice. That's quite a difficult thing to recruit for very, very quickly. So I said, okay, no problem. So she said, I'll interview this afternoon, they'll start Monday. Oh my God, okay. So I said, no problem, I'll come back to you within the hour. So I said to my team, oh my God, right, get on your social media, get it out there, get it advertising, get on our database. Who do we know? So another BNI member rang me about 15 minutes later and said, I've just seen your advert. My sister-in-law to be is just getting off a plane in Liverpool. She's landed in Hamilton Square, which is where we were on the Wirral, and she's been a PA in Paris for the last 12 months, and she's available immediately.
Wow.
Wow. I know. I was like, really? And he said, yeah. I'll tell her to come in now. I said, we'll go and see her. We're going to drag her in. Anyway, she came in, she registered, she was lovely, perfect. And I walked her over. I walked her over with a CV to the HR manager, and she got the job and she started. And we, on the back of that, we invoiced about 65 grand with that business that year. So it was like a twofold BNI story really, but they found the client for us and they found the candidate, and all we did is put it all together. And that's my story.
Brilliant.
So I'll shut up now.
Yes, please.